Okay, you guys about ready? You cannot. I don't unmute the mics till we start the stream. Can you see Bill?
Okay.
Okay.
And I can hear you, Robert.
Okay. We're live.
Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order of the Eureka Springs Hospital Commission on January 16, 2003. We'll start with the roll call.
Barbara Dix, Vice Chair.
Angie Shaw, CEO.
Kate Dreyer, Commissioner.
Sharon Doremus, Commissioner.
Judy Giggy, Secretary.
Mike Dwyer, Treasurer.
Kent Turner, Chairman. You were sent copies of the minutes from the last meeting. After you had a chance to review it, I would accept a motion to approve.
I'd like to approve December 19th, 2022 minutes.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I'd like to submit the agenda for tonight, for January 16th, and ask for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. I don't see any public tonight, so I'm assuming we don't have any public comments. Committee reports, we don't have a lot of active committees. I don't have anything to report to finance. Does anybody else have anything they want to report tonight? Okay. Mike, do you have anything to talk about on the hospital expansion?
Real quick, we'll talk about the architects are in the final stages with the planning. What they are doing at this time is taking the information to our construction manager, which in turn is going to give Kent a good idea where we stand on the financial end of things and what we need to request and how we need to move forward. So that's where they're at this time. We're still looking at 2 to 3 weeks. So we should know something by then and hopefully get everything in time and be done.
Okay.
The good news is things have slowed down a little bit in Washington. If you watch TV for more than 20 seconds, you probably figured that out. So we're buying some time on our end. CEO report, Angie.
Okay. Just kind of give you some highlights of what's occurred since our last meeting. Going over COVID, we've had 12 positive cases since the last meeting out of 120 tests. If you have watched anything on the news, you may have heard that Governor Huckabee ended 5 orders last week that focused on COVID-19. So we'll be watching on how that may affect us at the hospital level over the next few weeks. Clinical services. It's with a heavy heart that I have to announce that our pharmacist, Philip, will be leaving us. He is moving south to be closer to family, so we do have an opening for a full-time pharmacist. December, in general, was a slow month at the hospital in both inpatient and emergency room patients compared to last year. The stats for the first half of January are trending up, so hopefully that was just for December. Hospital-wide QA will focus this month on closing out 2022 and setting goals for 2023. Once we've discussed that, I will announce that in our next meeting. The ER in December seen 243 patients. That was down from 272 the year prior. We admitted 28 patients and transferred out 26 of those to a higher level of care. We ended the year at 3,374 patients through the ER. 285 were admitted, 313 were transferred out. That was an increase of 120 patients compared to 2021. The business office is focused on policy and procedures are being put in place to streamline central supply. They've gone through and we've completed inventory for the end of 2022. And these policies and procedures will benefit future ordering and the inventory process. We do have a new central supply manager. She will begin in February. The clinic, we will be adding a new physician to the clinic rotation here in the next couple of months. Dr. Nathan is a gastroenterologist that is going to be contracting to use the clinic 2 days a month and to see patients, as well as using the hospital facilities to complete endoscopies. I met with Dr. Nathan on Thursday, took her on a tour Thursday night of the clinic and the hospital and OR space. She is focused on rural health. That's near and dear to her heart, and she wants to ensure rural communities have access to gastroenterology. We are still currently looking for a coder for our HIM department. Between Bree and her coder, Josie, they have continued to keep our coding updated and billing current. Maintenance right now is focusing on replacing the flooring in the kitchen. That should start here in the next week. During that time, the kitchen will have to be moved out as we did when we replaced the walk-in freezer. So it will only allow for meals to be prepared for patients and not staff it during that time due to the limited space. And the marketing report is attached from Samantha. She's focusing on her marketing plan for 2023. She hopes to be able to present that at the February meeting. And we did attend the Boston Mountain Rural Health Clinic here in town, had an open house and resource fair on Monday. It was a good opportunity. Our speech therapist, along with our case manager and Samantha, all attended and educated the community on services we offer.
Any questions for Angie? Thanks, Angie.
I do.
Oh, okay.
The clinic, when they're having the vaccines and stuff, is that every day or just certain days?
You can call the clinic and they will make you an appointment. They are doing it every day when they're open.
By appointment.
Good.
Anything else? Bill, you're on.
All right. I'm sitting here ciphering as we speak for just a moment. Give me just a second. I wanted to see what our days in AR were at the end of December. 61 days in accounts receivable. We've been in a steady process of cleanup. I think we're finally there. 61 is a very good number. We hope to continue to trend that down by collecting our accounts as they become available to be paid by the various payers. Let's look at our cash bank balance position as of the end of December. I'm showing $3,221,000. That's down slightly from November, $22,000. As of today, it's $33,100,000. So we are off about $121,000. Our outstanding checks, however, against our bank balance are $220,000, and this is a payroll week of $175,000. So the bank balance then would show $2,705,000 as of today, but that is before any receipts come in this week. So that said, what my intent is to get, now that we have December closed, I plan on start work on the cost report for the year ended 2022. Hopefully that position will indicate that I know that we're owed money by Arkansas Medicaid outpatient. Hopefully Medicare will indicate that we are owed money and get that filed, if that is the case, as soon as possible to get that money headed our way. On the page for the revenue report for the month of December, we're showing $1,187,819. That's a decrease from the last month of 5.4%. And That is the lowest month in total revenue, which follows up on what Angie indicated, that our volumes were down for the month of December. You have to go all the way back to April to see a month where the revenue was as low. So that said, however, when we closed out in 2022, the revenues were 6.4% higher than the prior year. Looking at our income statement compared this year to last year, it's 12 months to 12 months. Struggling with my paper here. Our net revenue after deductions from revenue and our other operating revenue of $404,000, which is down from last year of $882. We're showing net revenue of $8.468 million. Our total expenses, again, I don't have pardon me. Total expenses $8,872,000, which includes the total operating expense plus depreciation and interest down below in the non-operating section. So that indicates that our net cash position was a negative $404,000 for the year, but when we add back our lease on the home health agency and interest income, that brings that down to, pardon me, a negative $129 for the year. Given the status of our small rural hospital, $129,000 cash flow position, when you add back depreciation and interest to net operating margin, I consider that to be an acceptable level, and that is the net loss for the year. Looking at our balance sheet, the major changes from November to December are in our cash, a negative $107,000. Now, this is the accrual basis cash and not the bank balances. And then we look at our Medicare settlement, we're showing a decrease of $133,000. And that is a cleanup to the settlement report that Cynthia and I did this in the month of December. So total current assets are $162,000 less than that of the prior month. And those are the only major changes on the balance sheet. Our accounts payable, I will point out, is slightly lower at about $24,000, $177,000, and that will vary from month to month depending on when we actually pay and the end of the month comes in, because we write checks on every Friday. And so that is what I have for a report. I wish our cash position were stronger, but I will, like I said, I will get that cost report filed and make sure that we're in a positive position and get that money headed our way.
Bill, we probably have some timing issues that have to be that'll affect the year-end financials also, right? Some AP maybe?
We can look, Kent, to see if there's any additional expenses to pick up, because, you know, we do a close. This is the 16th of the month, so that there may well be some accounts payable that we can add to that. But that would be the only major change that I can think of.
Yeah, I think we have an invoice for the architects, which will have to be reflected on here, which probably hasn't been because the bill was, we just got the bill. So a majority of that was spent in prior to January 1st. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Now that, you know, Kent, as you and I are well aware, that'll be captured in construction in progress, and we'll hold it on the balance sheet so it won't reflect negatively against the net loss that we're showing.
It will affect the cash balances though. So.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
As we pay that.
As we pay it, yes.
And that's where we, you know, we might consider that, transferring that out of the.
That's exactly where it should come out of. It should come out of the commission funds.
Okay. So I need to look back. Have we paid any other architect fees yet this year?
Not that I know of. I think this is the first bill. And I
Okay.
think it was like
All right.
$162,000 or something like that.
All right. Well, I will get with Cynthia tomorrow and get that issue cleared up, and we'll get that, we'll book that, because that was all, due and pay, it pertains to last year, so we want to reflect
Yeah.
that in with this. And then,
We either do it now or
we'll see
you
if
do it when we audit, you know that.
That's right, yeah, we're subject to that, so we don't want those people breathing down our neck.
One or the other. And as full disclosure, Cynthia and I actually talked about it. That's why I knew, she brought me the invoice and said, what's going to happen with this? So that's when we talked about pulling it down the commission fund, so.
All right, very good. And we'll do that, and we'll keep y'all updated on that when that happens, but, that's what that money is there for.
That's
so
exactly right.
That's what it should be used for.
Anybody have any questions of Bill? Anybody else have any questions of Bill? I thank you, Bill.
All right, I'll hang around here for a minute.
Okay. It's been the practice of this commission to read into the record the dates of our meetings so that it's in public record. So you see on your agenda a list of the meetings. I'll just read them real quick. These are all in 2023. January 16th, obviously tonight. February 20th, March 20th, April 17th, May 15th, June 19th, July 17th, August 21st, September 18th, October 16th, November 20th, and December 18th, the week before Christmas. In addition, I'll go ahead and read into the record our scheduled workshops. We had one on January 7th, February 4th, March 4th, April 1st, May 6th, June 3rd, 7/1, July 1, August 5th, September 2nd, October 7th, November 4th, and December the 2nd. Next on the agenda, we have some credentialing. I would ask for a motion to credential the following doctors on the initial 2-year credentialing. Dr. Matthew Deneffy and Dr. Dwight Johnson.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Doctors credentialing, re-credentialing for another 2-year period are Dr. Mark Borton, Dr. Jason Finkelstein, Dr. Brian Lynn, and Dr. David Filsuf. That's for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Commission comments. Start down at this end. Come around. Do you have any comments?
No comments.
Judy?
No comment.
Mike?
Good at this time?
No, thank you.
The only comment that I would have is we have, over the last month, usurped, and to say immense would be an understatement, an immense amount of time from the staff of the hospital. In going through the plans, getting room sizes right, and getting the layouts right. They have done this without a single complaint, and it has not been just 15 minutes here or 15 minutes there. It's been hours. I very much appreciate that. The staff continues to amaze me at how much they're willing to give. And this in addition to all of the other things we expect from them on a daily basis. So I will continually thank the staff for their energy and for their willingness to help us move forward as a commission. Our next workshop meeting is at noon on February 4th, 2023. Our next regular meeting is February 20th of 2023 at 6 p.m. Is there anything else that anybody has? Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Do I hear a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We're adjourned at
All right, guys, bye.